right. Shalom, shalom. All right. I'd like to start out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Dash. Say all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Dash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and salutations to the elect that's pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. With sincerity. All right, we the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of the place that we call America, which is modern day Babylon. All right, and to tell our people to get right because the great day of judgment is coming. All right, and how is it going to come through great turmoil and destruction of this place, man? All right, the system is going to be ushered out. And the new kingdom and the new system is going to be the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, we're getting rid of this place. The Lord is going to get rid of this place in a drastic way, man. And how is that? How is that drastic way? By by way of WMDs, which is what weapons of mass destruction, via ICBM, which is what intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. So these are the things that's going to be brought through by none other than himself, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right. So today's lesson, I'm going straight into it, and it's about the nukes, man. It's about those weapons of his weapons of indignation. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. Set it off with Isaiah 54 and 16. All right. Because like I said, today's lesson is about these nukes. So we're going to just delve right into it and see what the Lord say in ancient scriptures about today's time and what's going to happen in today's time. All right. So this is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire." All right. The smith is the scientist of today. All right. The smith is somebody who works with metal and steel to bring forth, create swords and weapons. All right. The blacksmith. All right. The gunsmith, the locksmith. All of those are scientists who were who were put here to create things. All right. And in this case, the smith that's being mentioned here is a gunsmith. All right. One who works on creating weapons. All right. Back in the day, they used to have the system of using coal and their mechanism to heat up the steel to sharpen it. All right, to create a sword. And today's weapon, and Esau was given the blessing of the sword. All right. Today's modern day sword is what the gun. All right. Because in ancient times there was no guns used during war. There were swords and spears. All right. Today's time, which is modern day time, they use guns, rifles, uh, rocket launchers. All right. Missiles. And in this particular instance, we're talking about missiles. So the Smith is the one who create missiles, all right? Who created the atomic bomb? A scientist by the name of Oppenheimer, if I'm not mistaken, John Oppenheimer, all right? He was the one who said that he created death. I forgot his quote, but I am the harbinger of death or something like that. But he created the first WMD, man, which was used on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Okay, So the smith that blow, read it again. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. All right. The Lord is making sure that they bring forth an instrument of his work, which is destruction. All right. For all the abominations that Esau has committed, he's going to be, all the destruction that he committed on this earth, he's going to be judged or recompassed with a weapon of mass destruction. Like if you were the person that caused so much destruction on the earth, the Lord only find it fitting that you have a judgment of the most powerful weapon being used on yourself. All right, so your weapon is going to backfire on you. Okay, and it reads that bringeth the instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right, gotcha. Yep, yep. Getting up in the age where the brother need glasses now. It's all right. We're gonna get through this. Right. So the Smith is who you are, who y'all call the scientists. Actually, in Operation Paperclip, they were taking Russian scientists and bringing them over here. What's up, Rick? All right, man. Hey, yeah, they bring Russian soldiers over. I mean, Russian scientists over here to make weapons of mass destruction, the WMDs. Because Oppenheimer was one of those people of Project Operation Paperclip. All right. So when they brought those Russian soldiers, I mean scientists over here, their whole major agenda was to get the technology of the people who were during World War II, who was creating the most superior weaponry. All right. So some of you some of the scientists that's over here in modern day Babylon, which is America, are your so-called Russians. All right, but ultimately they all Edomites, but they all are, the wicked of this world, who are designed to destroy this world. That's why the Lord said that He uh, created the waster to destroy. All right, and that's their whole purpose. That's why they. That's why it's so much percentage of destruction on this planet Earth done by who? The wicked. All right, who your so-called Edomite or your so-called white people are, the descendants of Esau. All right, so that's who the Smiths are. Okay, the ones who are going to bring forth the weapon of his indignation. All right, not going. It's going to be a flood of fire, not a flood of water. That lake of fire is going to be coming through what? Thermonuclear destruction. Whenever you see a bomb go off, you see how it sends waves, shock waves, and everything. All right. And speaking of the shock wave in the lake of fire, all right, I had a vision through being sleeping. I had a dream where I saw the nukes going off and hitting and landing, and then in waves of the shock wave of the impact. All right, and it was odd because as we walking through the block, another brother in this truth I was with, we walking through the block, we were shocked to see that they were so close in proximity, but we weren't sad or we wasn't like how the average uh, Jake that was in the streets. They were panicky, they was crying, they were screaming, but me and the brother had this bold smile on our face, like yes, like of relief, you know. Even when the waves came past us, it didn't even affect us. We watched as the shock wave went right past us as we steadily walking like if it's a regular clear sunny day, while everything else was being blown away. Okay, and to the point where uh, it's weird to say, but the government, the president, the so-called president of the United States, pulled up on us in their limos, those black limos that's like with the with the presidential symbol on the doors. They pulled up. Secret Service hopped out. All right, and me and the brother, we standing there like, okay, they coming to get us or something. They coming to capture us. And as the nukes are just steady going, like we watching them like no further than 30 or 40 feet away, launching and just soaring through the skies to hit their target. The president hops out, him and the first lady hops out, the Secret Service surrounding us, and they just was inquisitive of wondering how we are not being affected in any which way that due to the fallout or the impact of the missiles. All right, they were all surrounded us with questions, and we just was looking at them and we pointing at them like, yo, y'all can kiss y'all ass goodbye, cause y'all done. This is it. This is y'all. This is y'all destination, final destination. And with confusion, shock, and awe, they just jumped back in their cars and they disappeared. They just went off on their way trying to escape. They couldn't escape though. All right, there was no escaping this. All right, and that was just a quick vision I wanted to give, brothers, because that judgment is inevitable. All right, the Lord didn't have them create millions of missiles for nothing. They're going to be used. All right, reading on, uh, going to Psalms. Uh, yeah, because we at the time where it's plenty of wars and rumors of wars that's taking place right now, and the Lord of hosts is mustering up the battle, man. Isaiah 13. All right, the Lord that controls these armies is instigating drama in the world. All right. So reading, this is Psalm 7 and 13. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Right. So the instruments of death is what? The WMDs. I'm gonna keep using that word because weapons of mass destruction is just saying that it's like a key word or a secret word for nukes. All right. You have different size shape nukes. You got pocket nukes, all right, where people could carry them, all right. And then you got the silos that they're being shot from, all right. The major ones, you can shoot them off of ships, destroyers. Keyword destroyers. Why do they name their ships destroyers? Because they were designed to destroy a mass level, all right. Them aircraft carriers and those U.S. Navy ships. Speaking of that, is Fleet Week that just passed where they was trying to show their military might. All right, their superiority, but they don't have no real superiority compared to the Lord's army. Who's the Lord's army? The mighty ones, the angels. Who y'all consider the ETs or the UAPs. All right, they're inferior to them. All right. So the Lord said that He created the instrument. All right. He prepared for them the instrument. And the instrument is what? Like a tool, something that you use to bring forth something. And that instrument is the weapon, all right? And that weapon is ICBM, all right? The instrument of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. So the ones that destroyed this place, he's going to make sure that the same weapons that they're using on other places will be used on them themselves. It's like a backfire. Like if you pointing a gun at somebody and then it backfires and you wind up getting shot with it. Okay? That's what the Lord is saying. It's ordered against the persecutors. It's ordered against the people who designed the damn nukes. So you making a weapon that you think is going to be used for somebody else to fend off to show your might and it's gonna be used on your damn self. Just like it shows you when on video when it shows the so-called UAPs uh, controlling their military bases and where they got these things stationed. They got the power to control their technology, shut down their system if possible, if they want to. Or if they want to, they could remotely aim the damn missile right down on their own damn where it's being shot from. Understand? That's like turning the tables on people, reversing it. When you see them fighting games when they say reverse combo, it's like you throwing a shot, you throwing a punch or a kick, and it wind up being reversed on you. That's what they saying about the damn missiles, man. It's being ordered. The arrows are being ordered to the persecutor, the ones who created the damn missiles. Right? It's not a defense. It's not a defense situation. It's really an offensive situation. Because what do they say when World War III hits? Nobody wins because everything is going to be destroyed. Any military might will be destroyed, including your great Babylon himself. It's herself, right? Going to another precept real quick, which is in second address. Second address 16. Yeah, man. That great day of judgment is definitely coming soon, man. It may take its time to you, but you know, inevitably it's coming. Because the Lord's time is not our time, all right? We hasten the day. We look forward to the day, but we know that it's not going to be a day where somebody could just pick out and say, yeah, this is the day that it's going to happen, all right? You got to be an oxymoron to think that you know the exact day. You get these doomsday Nostradamus and all these people talking about May 3rd on the Mayan calendar and all of that. That's ridiculous. Don't believe that stuff, man. Don't believe that. Nobody knows the time or the day. All right? The Lord gonna come like a thief in the night when you're not prepared. All right? This is Second Esdras 16, verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. Strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. The armies that use the silos that is gonna launch these missiles. Okay, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the earth, into the ends of the world. All right. So the accuracy on these missiles is like they not gonna be. It's not gonna be no misfire. All right. They're gonna hit all their targets. All right. So there's no chance of escaping once they're let go. All right. You could run for shelter. You could run for the $1 billion bunkers and all of that. But if you don't know that they got, I mean, if you know that they got missiles that's low level than nukes that are called bunker busters, what makes you think that you could build something underground that it ain't gonna touch? You don't know what kind of craters that a damn ICBM put in the earth when it's done. I mean, when it's hit. Look at Grand Canyon and then you tell me, all right, what kind of craters that can be hit, or when an asteroid hit this earth, what kind of level, how many thousands of feet it goes into the earth. And you tell me that if you got millions of missiles hitting, it's going to just hit the surface and you're going to be good to go because you went a few feet underground. No. The Lord said that this place is going to be shook to and fro, man. The planet is going to literally be trembling from all the missiles hitting. So what makes you think that where you're going to go is going to be safe? All right? Let that sink in your head. You spend all this money on prepping it and getting yourself together for what? You think the Lord designed it for you to take your money and stockpile and build a bunker so he could misfire? You think the Lord is about misfiring, or he has supreme accuracy? Everybody's here to be judged, man. And the ones that's judged marked with the mark of salvation, they don't have to build no bunkers to get to be protected from this situation. Go walk around with a goddamn tank top on in the middle of a damn nuclear holocaust. Like I said in the vision, me and the brother walked right through the shockwave and didn't miss a step, didn't stumble or nothing. We almost had the continents of joy and laughter, man, if I'm not mistaken. And that's just a confirmation to show you that the elect is not going to have to worry about this stuff, man. Ain't no need to try to get prepared for something that the Lord already prepared you. That's what faith is all about. All right? Moving forward, as far as the nukes is concerned, we're going to go into Jeremiah. It's a few precepts in Jeremiah concerning the nukes. All right? Jeremiah was a prophet, and what was he doing? Prophesying about the future tense of what's going to happen as far and when they speaking of arrows, what arrow you know that you can shoot from one end of the earth to the other? That's illogical. They speaking of metaphorically speaking of a instrument that's going to travel from one point of one country to another. All right. And what does that? ICBMs. That's why it's called intercontinental. From one continent to the other continent. All right. There's clues, context clues concerning what the prophecy is about, concerning what these missiles is about in ancient times. All right. We're gonna start off with Jeremiah 50, verse 9, and it reads, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations." All right. Those assembly of great nations is one in particular is who? Russia, all right, China, all the major powers that's in the earth right now, besides America, all right, Iran, all right, all these people with nuclear capabilities, man, all right, great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence, her is who? America, man, Great Babylon, all right. The key word they use in the first few words of this verse is cause to come up against who? Babylon, man. All right, against her, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. none shall return in vain. All right. So their capabilities is top top notch as well, man. As an arrow man, which is like an archer, and when you see archers or snipers, their aim is perfect. All right, they can shoot from 300, 400 meters away and hit a bullseye. All right, so these silos and the people that control these silos and control these missiles, they're expert men, man. They're gonna hit their target, and they're not gonna come in vain, meaning they're not gonna miss. All right. So the Lord's letting you know, man, that wherever that they that's targeted, New York, Chicago, whatever, they're gonna hit their mark. L.A., all the main cities of America, Florida, y'all people in trouble, man. We'll read that again. Verse 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from north. This is Jeremiah 50 and 9. All right. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert men, none shall return in vain. All right. So the countries of the north, who's in the north? You got Russia. Okay. These are all these countries that come against America and shoot them missiles off like an expert arrowsman. All right. And none of their arrows shall return in vain. All right. Reading on. Verse 29 going to 25 first. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. For the Lord hath opened his armory and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Right. So the Lord has opened up his armory, is him giving other nations the capabilities, all right, to have the military might, all right, and nuclear capabilities to be able to contest, all right. Everybody who wasn't capable or didn't have the nuclear technology are now empowered and now have them. They spent all their money from that's supposed to be used towards agriculture. Instead, they put it towards their military. Just like America, they put all their money, the majority of their yearly budget is spent on military. One 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 destroyer with all of its ammunition on that destroyer on one battleship is like almost hundreds of billions of dollars, man. Just one bullet is like $1 million. One shell is like $1 billion just to shoot one missile. You think they only got one missile on that damn destroyer? One one torpedo or 150 caliber? No, they got thousands of rounds. All right, they got thousands of rounds, and America ain't the only one with destroyers. All right, you got plenty of countries with destroyers, and that's what they do. They spend their money on their military might. All right, they're getting ready. The Lord is the host of the battle, man. He's the one that's preparing them, putting it in their mind. Yo, get this amount on your ship. Get this many tanks. He's inspiring them to do that. All right. So it says that the Lord have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, God of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. Right? Where's the land of Chaldeans? Babylon. All right, the land of great sorcery. All right, the birthplace of Hollywood, the birthplace of Disney World. This is your modern day Sodom and Egypt, man. All right, the home of the Statue of Liberty, the statue of wickedness, because you're at liberty to do everything that's abominable in this place. All right, that's why it got to be destroyed, man. And in that movie, Planet of the Apes series, in one of the movies, it shows the Statue of Liberty was destroyed. All right, beheaded, decapitated, and what it was destroyed by. And this is a movie from the '70s or maybe the '60s. I'm not sure. But Charleston Heston, he was like, "Oh, they did it. They blew it to hell." All right, so they was foretelling of nuclear destruction that's going to destroy this place, and he said it in a way where they did it to themselves. All right, and the Lord is showing you in these scriptures that they're going to do it to themselves. All right, once the button is pressed, it's like like I said, the backfire. You shot yourself in the foot by pressing that button. All right, y'all was better off just shooting fair one. You know, when they say shoot the fair, shoot the five, shoot the fair one. All right, that's more honor in fighting with swords than pulling a gun and shooting from a block away or drive-by shooting. But there's no honor in these wicked people. So they want to fight unfair. Guess what? It's going to backfire on them. All right. And the weapon, the Lord said that He opened up the armory. All right. And He's the host He's the host in the land of the child, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies. All right. He's the one that's the puppet master in controlling these people and causing them to bring about World War III. All right. They not uh, geniuses to orchestrate a battle of this caliber. They were inspired through the Lord, putting those thoughts in their head and gaining those smiths, gaining those scientists to create new technology to this level. All right. So the Lord of hosts is for this is the work of the Lord God of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So He has a master plan. The agenda is to take out the land of the Chaldeans, man, ultimately. But the wicked is all over the world, so they're gonna have to be eradicated as well. So it's not just gonna be just the great Babylon that's gonna be affected by nuclear holocaust, man. Because if you check it out, uh, there's U.S. embassies all around the world in every country. So how would they get? How would you eradicate a people or a entity if they got places in their hands all over the world? You got to send those ICBMs all over the world. All right. Moving on, go to verse 29. Further down, it says, "Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow." Right, all ye that have capability, nuclear capabilities. Call all the archers against who? All right, Babylon, who is modern day, who y'all ignorantly call America, is really Great Babylon. Babylon, part two. Right? It says, "Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape." All right? Recompense her according to her work. Right. Pay her back. Recompense is like a payback. Pay her back for all her work, because what did America do all throughout time since it was birthed, since it was created, since America was created? All they did was conquer and destroy. All right, colonize and rape, rob, and murder. So pay her back for all her work. All right. Right here it says, "Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against her round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she has been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel." Right. Like right now, they trying to set up, a space force to combat the Lord. All right. They believe that they're strong enough to be able to combat when the Lord does return. All right. So he's going to put about into them in the worst way. All right. The most extravagant way is possible, when they think that they're going to be able to survive a fallout. They're not. Okay. And why? Because they were. She was proud against the Lord. All right. For they said, "Who is like me?" For she said, "Who is like me?" Obadiah. This place is a proud place, who think that they are the only ones. All right. They believe that they're number one, but ultimately Yahweh Shai is number one. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is number one. Okay. All right. Going to Isaiah. Like I said, man, this whole lesson is about these nukes that's going to be sent out, man, and how the Lord already had put it in the ancient book, which is the Holy Bible, about these nukes, long before they were even thought of by men. Okay, long before they was even thought of by militaries getting the scientists in Operation Paperclip. Okay, so we're gonna go into Isaiah 14, where he describes the actual missiles. Okay, for those who don't believe that missiles were spoken of in the Bible during ancient times through the prophets. The modern day prophets of today is here to break down what was being said in these scriptures to the layman terms, to the people of Israel, or to everybody who misinterpret the scriptures. Okay, that's what the prophets is here for in today's time, to break down the word, to give y'all understanding, for y'all to see that this is not just a book. This is not just a myth, or which I call the white man's book, for the children of Israel to see and to wake up and get prepared. The other nations the Lord is not concerned with. Let them be their wicked selves. It's all good. Because he has a judgment for them just as well as he has for his people as well. But he has a remnant that he's going to save, and he's trying to get them to be prepared. He's not trying, he's going to get y'all prepared. And he's going to send his men to prepare y'all. All right? To get y'all prepared for this wedding. All right? Revelation 19. And Isaiah 14. And it reads, crazy. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 29 reads, Rejoice not thou, rejoice not, thou whole Palestinia, because thou rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent root shall come forth a cockatrice. Right, rejoice not. Don't think that just because he's talking about Babylon that Palestine won't be destroyed. All right, all you other nations shall seek the same destruction who were against the Lord's people. All right, those same missiles is going to be geared for y'all too as well. All right, it's not like he's just pointing out just that he's only going to destroy Edom. He's going to destroy all you heathen nations, not completely and utterly, but y'all will be affected as well. All right. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruits shall be a fiery flying serpent. Right. So when the missiles is shot, you'll see that flame. It's like a cockatrice tail, like a peacock's tail, very bright in color, which is the boost from the thrust of a missile. All right. And the way that a missile, once it's fired out, any type of projectile that's fired out, it has like a serpent kind of swivel to it. It has a swivel. All right. So even though it's shot and it's gonna hit its target precisely, it still has like a thrust or a swivel to it as it's moving through the air. All right. Like as when you see a serpent crawling on the ground, it kind of swivels as it's moving. All right. So the Lord is giving you a description of how the missile shall move. All right. So those are my precepts about the nukes right now. And Lord willing, that was edifying. All right. To wake y'all up that the nukes is mentioned in the scriptures, the holy ancient scriptures of the Bible, man. All right. So what we're dealing with is something that's going to happen, that's going to come to pass. World War III is inevitable and it's cooking up right now. And the Lord is putting on these people in their spirit to do so ignorantly, not knowing that they being guided right into their own destruction. All right. So until next time, Israel, I hope that was edifying. And just say Shalom. How Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Karapadas, Amada, and then Shalom.